All right, so that goes for the preparation of the vegetables. We've got the we got the stuff here set up for the meat because I'll be cooking that first. This right here, and maybe just a little bit of this too. The meat's over there on the other end of the table. We got the onions, of course, and the garlic for the sauce. This is ready for the sauce. All this here is ready for the sauce, including the mushrooms right here. So the other thing, and you can look up at me. The other thing is, because I'm Filipino, and usually the Filipino culture, they would add hot dogs into the spaghetti. It's like, no, that's not what we're gonna do. I'm not gonna cook this the Filipino way. I'm cooking this the Italian way because this is how I'm always used to spaghetti. None of that hot dogs, like stuff that my mom does, or any one of my relatives. They had the hot dogs. I just can't stand that. I don't know why. Me, Sinister. Nah, I want to put hot dogs in there. So we're not going to do that. That's pretty much everything is set
like
here.
People who put cheddar cheese in lasagna. It's just a crime against humanity.
There you go. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and start with the meat. Yeah. Okay, so what I ended up doing was I used half of the meat. So here it is. What we're going to do first is that we're going to cook the meat. And because usually the sauce and the spaghetti noodle itself is going to be very quick. So this is what I am going to end up be doing. We're going to take what half of the meat right here. So we're just going to go ahead and put this in a little pot like this. I'll put that there. And we're gonna chop this up here, this green onions, and we're gonna add a little bit of this. We're gonna add a little black pepper, maybe just a little bit of salt, and maybe a little bit of the garlic salt as well. Or maybe we'll just replace this with that. Maybe that's what we'll do. But we'll see it as long. All right, so we're gonna start with the meat. Use a little bit of black pepper. And just put that in there. Okay. And I'm gonna mix that in there.
That looks good.
Let's add a little garlic salt too. And we're gonna add a little bit of the green pepper, or green onion, excuse me, garlic. Heat up the pan. We've got the oil running. I had to put it on high just to get the process running, but now we stick it back to somewhere close to the medium so we don't actually burn ourselves. What I'm going to end up doing, like I've done in the past, was start with the garlic and let that simmer in. And you can smell the garlic too.
Smell that deliciousness.
Grab that thing. Grab that game from him.
Grab it from him. Don't let him touch it. Nothing destroys games faster than children.
That's true. So we'll let that brown up a little bit.
And brown the garlic. Give that to Daddy. I know. It's a game. Go give it to Daddy. Okay? Go take it to Daddy. Go. Go, Julie.
Are you still recording?
Yeah, just a little bit. Don't worry.
Oh, okay.
Garlic browning. Watch that garlic brown. It browns. Man, it smells so good.
Smell that onion.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's about time to add a little bit of the onions.
Onion. Interesting fact for those of you playing along at home. Onion, apple, and potato all taste exactly the same. The only thing that judges their taste is their smell.
I did not know that.
But that smell.
One of them makes you cry, one of them makes you happy, and one of them makes you avoid the doctor. I don't know. Maybe I got lost there.
Well, one of them's an aphrodisiac, that'd be the onion.
Yeah.
And it's raw steak.
Well, now I know what to cook when I ever take someone else's dinner or for a date.
The hokey pokey.
That was a good game.
Yes.
All right. So that one's browned. This one's a little yellowed. Maybe wait a little bit longer, huh?
That's about right.
Yeah. All right. There comes the meat.
That's what she. No, it doesn't work there. Damn it.
Here comes the meat. Or I want the meat. There you go.
There we go. That's what she said. But no, here comes the meat's funnier. But it's just not. That's what she said.
So just like in the other videos where the Punisher did his tacos, we're gonna make this thing brown, and that's when you know when it's ready. We all like a little pink, but in this case, when we consume, pink is not really a good thing in most cases. But,
yeah. For those of you playing along at home, I actually have the world record for eating the world's most raw meat. Well, out of this group anyway. I've eaten maybe about a pound of raw beef by accident. I call it steak tartare.
Okay, you can cut it from.
There we go. Coffee free.
So
just ruined some Pepsi.
about 10 minutes later, this is the kind of color you want to turn it into. So it's about good. That's when you know it's ready. That it's not pink underneath or inside any of the meat clumps here. Then that's when you know it's ready to go. Woo! I think I just fogged up the lens. Okay, there we go. So, all right, ready to go. Okay, so after we did the meat, I had to
Drain the meat, and the meat's in there.
So the meat's in here. We're gonna use that for the process. Now we're gonna do next, and because it's easier, we're gonna start on the spaghetti, and we're gonna use this pot right here.
Yes.
This one's gonna be for the sauce. So
Spaghetti.
what I'm gonna do is I am going to fill this, say about half length of water. Tap is fine because we're not gonna drink it.
Never fill with hot water. Now, why don't you fill with hot water? Because the heating elements, the heat will release the chemicals that are in the pipes into the water better than if you were to fill it with cold water. Lukewarm water is okay, but don't try to turn it up hot and save time on boiling water.
There you go. And what I always do, add a little of that. So the spaghetti don't stick.
Yep. Important tip, unless you want a all congealed ball of grain.
There you go.
The grain!
So we'll let that boil. The brain. God, someone just got the brain. And we'll work on the sauce in a bit. So we'll get back to it once that thing starts to boil.
Yes. Now at this part of the cooking show, we see water boiling, the most fascinating thing on Earth. Now, water is a very unusual molecule because it has a very high boiling point because of its polarity. That means positive, negative side, the way the molecule is shaped, makes it stick together a little harder. So therefore you need to apply more energy, more calories, more heat to get the molecules moving. Once you can make them change phases from liquid to gas. That's what boiling is.
And that's a calculus lesson from Mr. Sinister.
Yes, chemistry is fascinating. Cooking is chemistry.
And so was humping.
Yeah.